Power people, a simple story of some of the folks I work with. It is my pleasure to introduce them. All have their various jobs to do, and their concerted efforts make the Power Board tick. I'll start with some of the old-timers. Harry Geddes, who, when not cutting down trees, is an experienced linesman. The things in the background are transformers, and in front is Bert Doig, who looks after them. Charlie Butcher, linesman, union man, and safety officer. Bob Keane, another experienced linesman. Bob, when asked what work he did, said, "I do everything other people don't do." The new 33,000 volt substation in Chelmer Street, where a considerable number of the staff have spent a lot of time this year. We are proud of our control room. This shot shows control cabinets for the 10 MVA transformers and for some of the 11,000 volt switches. Dennis Norman, assistant engineer, who watched over the installation of the equipment like a loving mother. Eddie Graham, assistant engineer, has at last found time to become engaged. After the wedding, he'll shout, "Adelaide, here we come." Charlie Fraser, test assistant, handy with his head and his hands, drives a fast car, and happy when fixing something. Harold Coker, test assistant, another backroom boy. Besides knowing all about meters and instruments, he keeps the records straight. Our storeman, Phil Blakey, gazing at a 33,000 volt insulator, a knowledgeable guardian of the expensive items in his store. Fred Coburn, not the architect, that's his son. Fred privately thinks all architects are mad. He should know. He has to read their plans and specifications. Our head carpenter, Roger Abernethy, who can turn out practically anything from his well-equipped workshop. He works off his extra energy by playing indoor basketball. Nearly everyone knows Bill Bartlett, inspector, who ranges far and wide over the North Otago countryside. Jack Tamlin, chief inspector. The saying, "tied to the telephone," can be applied here. Daily, he juggles with bits of paper, attempting to have his electricians at the right place at the right time. Jim Belcher, who you'll find in the cellar workshop, invariably welding, drilling, turning, or fixing a washing machine. For a change, he'll rewind a motor, build a heating plant, or just have a chat. The man who runs the showroom, Brian Ethorn. He likes organising cooking demonstrations because we then have goodies with our cup of tea. This one was a competition, with every one of the 64 entrants baking a sponge jam roll. After this, we became a little tired of jam roll. The home appliance workshop boys, who cheerfully cope with a never-ending stream of faulty heaters, toasters, irons, vacuum cleaners, and so on. And likewise Rex Ball, the TV and radio man. When Rex starts wishing he could kick a TV set in its picture tube, he rushes off to Fiji for relaxation. Norma Butcher, admiring Barbara's baby. Barbara used to work in the accounts section. When you phone the power board, either Margaret or Elizabeth will say, "Good morning," or "Good afternoon, the Waitaki Electric Power Board." Every office must have typists. And here is June Jones and Julie MacDonald pounding the keys. Beverly MacDonald in her favourite spot, the strong room, doing her records. She also does typing and answers the telephone too. Where the money rolls in, to the cashier, Moira McLaren. Mary Malcolm, operating the computer type accounting machine. If it's in the right mood, accounts pour from it with the greatest of ease. Also in the accounts section we find Beverly Chase and Jocelyn Ellis, helping to transfer the readings of 16,000 metres into outgoing accounts. Laurie Griffin, known as Griff, who reckons he never makes a mistake. He just loves figures. Ones on paper, I mean. Reg Wilson and Frank Butler in the drawing office, where they deal with maps, drawings and records. These two people, Bert Meikle and Jim Farrell, could be called the outgoing department. Bert pays all the accounts and Jim pays all the staff. Relaxation and a cup of tea or coffee in the cafeteria. Served by our cheerful friend, Mrs. Lumberg. Secretary, Colin Davidson, who produces facts and figures by the mile to confound the board members. Bob Powell, Chief Engineer, reading yet another letter from the Borough Council. He has decided to stamp it received. Hey, I nearly forgot the most important person in the power board, Dick Berendt, the country meter reader. This job calls for cheerfulness, patience and tact. In fact, the qualifications of a diplomat.